Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump wants a strategy from his people to bring in more black voters. The problem with Donald Trump is he got too many MAGA fools and raccoons, and nobody is trying to listen to either one. Donald Trump needs to come with some kind of agenda if he really wants to attract the black votes. Sending a raccoon in front of a black community that people don't relate to, because usually, these raccoons are like the outcast, and nobody really wants to talk or deal with these people. You couldn't send Tim Scott out in front of a black audience. It doesn't work. Okay, nobody is trying to hear Tim Scott. And he put him in charge of getting black votes. Tim Scott is not the one. And then you got the ones that want to get in front of black people and talk about sneakers. I'm talking about the MAGA fools. They want to put AI pictures out, talk about sneakers, mugshots, and indictments. Like that's all going to attract us. That's not going to attract anybody. What is your agenda? Do you have a black agenda? What are your policies? What are you running on? Okay. What are you going to do when you get back in the White House? Those are the questions you need to answer. But sending out some buck teeth MAGA fool and some raccoon that can't even relate to their own people is totally ineffective. So Republicans hope to win voters for Trump. It won't be easy. So there's a raccoon, Orlando Owens, a rare Republican activist. He is in a majority black district of Milwaukee and had hoped this election season would be different. The national polls showing waning enthusiasm for Joe Biden, especially among black voters, who said they are frustrated with his performance on the economy and other issues. State Republican Party officials and activists saw an opening. Actually, it is reparations, a crime bill, and doing something about qualified immunity. And you know what? The media is still trying to avoid writing about those things. So, Wisconsin held their primary on Tuesday, where voters weighed in on the presidential race weeks after Biden and Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. They, of course, they're the nominees. Who else is going up against them? No one. So, Wisconsin Republicans hosted a Black History Month event in February at the party's Community Engagement Center at the historically Black Bronzeville neighborhood. Owens, the Republican Party representative for the city, six majority Black wards, is planning a roundtable of Black business and church leaders this month. Well, why don't you just talk to the average Black man and woman that lives in those wards? Seriously, churchgoers and nah. Anyway, but the voter engagement drive was thrown in confusion when Republican National Committee last month announced that it was getting rid of plans of 40 community centers aimed at organizing Black, Hispanic, and Asian voters. Underlying challenges the party faces in persuading Milwaukee's Black voters that they are committed to the community beyond November's election. Our commitment has always been questioned, but regardless of a building, we are going to be here even if we have to work out of a satellite offices or garages. This is what Owen said. Reuters spoke to nearly 30 Black voters in the majority Black neighborhood of Milwaukee, and about half of whom said they remain undecided about voting for Biden in November or voting at all. But about 10 of the 15 residents said they were unhappy with Biden and also expressed skepticism about Republicans. That's why I'm telling y'all. See, because a lot of people are screaming Trump, Trump, Trump. But the bottom line is, I see way more people talking about the couch than I see them say, I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm just telling y'all, that's my observation. If you got a different one, let me know in the comment section because I'm just seeing more people say couch than Donald Trump. So, anyway, 1/3 of those black voters, mostly retirees, said they plan to vote for Biden for a second term. So, so the black vote this time around is split. It's split. It's not one block going to one candidate anymore. You got some voting Trump, some voting for Biden, some sitting on the couch. So it's split. It's very split now. Strong turnout from black voters in Wisconsin and a handful of other states helped propel Biden to the White House in 2020. Those same states are also expected to help decide the 2024 election. Democrats won in Wisconsin with fewer than 21,000 votes, but carried Milwaukee by roughly 146,000 votes, with 53% of those votes cast in the majority black wards, according to an analysis of election and census data by John Johnson, a public policy research fellow at Margate. All right, hold on. Let me just go down. This is Marquette Law School, Lumbar Center. Okay, so it's fair to say that without Milwaukee, Biden would have lost Wisconsin. Okay, so a Pew Research poll showed Biden's approval rating among non Hispanic Black adults fell to 48%. In January, it peaked at 89% in April of 2021. So the Republican effort to win over black voters started in 2020 with an opening in Bronzeville Community Center. It ramped up in 2022 when the RNC selected Milwaukee to host the party's convention. Bronzeville is located 1 mile from Fiserv, and it's where the Republicans will convene in July to formally nominate Donald Trump. All right. So, in the early 20th century, the neighborhood thrived as a center for entertainment and commerce. But the construction of a freeway through the heart of the neighborhood, isn't that what they do to black neighborhoods? It's always some construction, some arena, some highway, or some reason they always got to come in and bulldoze down the homes. It's so typical. So anyway, that's what they did to this black neighborhood, and it displaced a bunch of people. They took out 8,000 homes and displaced a bunch of black men and women and families. It seems pretty obvious on its face. They are trying to go into the most democratic part of Wisconsin to plant a flag. I think the party sees Donald Trump's candidacy as an opportunity to create new constituency groups. The Republican Party, located on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, is decorated with a distinctive white starburst on a red and blue backdrop of the Juneteenth flag, commemorating the emancipation of the last enslaved people at the end of the Civil War. So inside of the collage features Black Republican congressional members, portraits of civil rights leaders, and an image of Trump. An outreach center sat mostly idle during the pandemic. The state party chairman acknowledged the consistent engagement will be crucial in winning over Black voters. Hmm. Well, I would like to see if Donald Trump comes out with an agenda, because if he does come out with one for the Black community, it will change everything for him, and he really carry it out and keep his promise, then yeah, that will make all the difference in the world. But just sending out a bunch of raccoons and MAGA fools to run their mouth, I'll pass. I don't need to hear from them folks. And I don't think anybody needs to hear from them in order to make up their mind on whether they're going to vote for Donald Trump or not. That's my opinion. But please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.